Good morning to all my dear children. I hope you all are fine. We were studying the chapter Money and Credit, and today we would continue with the same chapter. Students, if somebody needs money on credit, where would he get it from? Well, he could go to a bank or cooperative societies. He could also approach to friends or relatives. He could go to professional money lenders or traders, or to a landlord if he is living in a village. So accordingly, we have two sources of credit, the formal sources of credit and informal sources of credit. Now let us compare these two sources of credit. Now let us study about formal sources of credit. Formal sources of credit includes banks and cooperatives, and collateral is required as security to obtain loan. Formal sectors provide cheap and affordable loans, and their rate of interest is monitored by RBI. Formal sector strictly follows the terms of credit, which includes interest rate, collateral, documentation, and mode of repayment. The Reserve Banks of India issue currency notes on behalf of central government. RBI monitors the banks are actually maintaining cash balance. RBI collect information from banks, how much they are lending to whom and at what interest rate. RBI makes sure that the bank gives loan to rich businessmen and traders and also to poor farmers and small entrepreneurs. The informal sources of credit includes relatives, traders, landlords and moneylenders. In the absence of any control or supervision, the informal sector charges high rate of interest. Higher cost of borrowing means a larger part of the earnings of borrowers is used to repay the loan. Hence, borrowers have less income left for themselves. In certain cases, the high interest rate for borrowing can mean that the amount to be repaid is greater than income of the borrower. This could lead to increasing debt and debt trap. In informal sector, the lenders provide credit without any collateral or security because they know the lender personally. There is no organization which supervises the credit activities of lenders. They can lend at whatever interest rate they choose. There is no one to stop them from using unfair means to get their money back. Usually, the borrower is exploited in informal sources of credit. It has been found that rich households get 90% of their credit from formal sources sector, whereas the poor households get only 15% of their credit from formal sector. It means poor households depend on expensive loans from informal sector. But informal sector credit activities are only driven by profit. Now the question arises that why poor people take loan from informal sector despite high interest rate? Well, there are certain reasons for it. Banks are either not present in rural areas or they demand collateral against a loan that poor people are unable to provide. Thus, the poor people are forced to take credit from money lenders who charge high rate of interest and exploit the borrowers. Cheaper credit is essential for development in a country. Since the formal sector offers more affordable credit, it must increase its lending to more and more people, especially in rural areas. To overcome the problem of collateral, people in villages created self-help groups. The self-help group is a group of about 15 to 20 members who pool their savings together. Members can take loans from the group's savings themselves on a decided rate of interest. Self-help groups help borrowers to overcome the problem of lack of collateral. They can get timely loans for a variety of purposes and at a reasonable interest rate. Moreover, self-help groups are the building blocks of organization of the rural poor. Not only does it help women to become financially self-reliant, the regular meetings of the group provide a platform to discuss and act on a variety of social issues such as health, nutrition, domestic violence, etc. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh performs the most important function by providing credit to the poor people at low interest rates. This enabled the poor women to come up with small business activities to generate income for their survival. Thus, these activities leads to improve their standard of living and development for an economy. So students, this was all about the chapter Money and Credit.